BTS military service problem is controversial in Korea, especially because Jin, who is the eldest member, should enlist until December this year when he turns 30, so members of National Assembly keep arguing that how they deal with this problem. Suga, member of BTS, effusived that his feeling over the military service and this political situation. Military service is mandatory in South Korea. People who are interested in K-pop have ever experienced that their favorite idol enlisted in the military. South Korean men aged 18 to 28 have to enlist in the military, and idol is not exception. The Army is 18 months, the Navy is 20 months, and the Air Force is 21 months. Mostly people enlisted in the Army. Korean government requires BTS as a Korean man to perform compulsory military service. However, they could avoid the military service if they get exempted from military duties. Elite athletes, classical and traditional musicians who win top places in certain competition that the Department of Defense recognized could get exempted. It is a special favor for athletes and musicians who could receive a fatal blow if they enlisted to work at their field without career break. They performed basic military training for 4 weeks, and going back to society complete social contribution activities at their field for 544 hours rather than enlisted. The bone of contention is that BTS is the object of military service exception or not. So from now on, we can learn the Korean military service exemption. The qualification of the exemption is that mostly people who have enhanced the national prestige and cultural development with their excellent skills and promoted Korea and Korean culture over the world. The representative person of it is Sonny, who got exempted because he won a gold medal in the 2018 Asian Games. Also, the pianist Jo Sung-jin, who won the international Chopin competition, got exempted because of winning in the Hamamas International Piano Competition on 29. Namely, as such athletes are eligible for Olympic bronze medals or more and Asian Games gold medals, an artist must receive second place or more in 42 domestic and foreign competitions designated by the Department of Defense in the field of pure art. This exemption rule was made in the period of the President of Park Chung-hee government, March 3, 1973. During the President Park government, which is a military dictatorship period, people asked the potential soldier have to follow the Commander-in-Chief President Park's order. Also, Korea have to reinvigorate the unstable economy after the Korean War and desperately eager to change Korea's image as the poor developing country. The athletes and artists were the right person for the job that raised Korean prestige. Therefore, Park Chung-hee judged that it was for Korea to actively work in their field to earn foreign currency or raise the status of the Republic of Korea rather than holding girls in the military. In addition, it was a time when it was not such a problem in terms of military service for 30 people because there were many young people in terms of population structure, and there were many people who would join the military as constitutional soldiers. In other words, in a way, this wide range of military service exemption in Korean society is the product of the deformed system of military service countries. The bone of contention is the why BTS aren't subject to the exemption. The economic spillover from BTS are up to $866,282,133, which is the colossal money. Also, we can't deny that BTS changed the image of Korea positively all over the world. They became the symbol of Korea beyond K-pop idol and appointed as the special envoy. Because of this, some things that BTS have to be exempted in that they contribute to promote and raise Korea's prestige than other artists. And also, they argue that why BTS couldn't get exempted is that the discrimination over the popular culture. They condemned the weird and old-fashioned situation that people who got first class on the classic are exempted, but people who got first class on the popular culture aren't exempted. But it is a complicated issue, because it is tricky to elect a clear criteria to reckon if the popular culture artists were exempted. It has an authentic and representative standard that all people could agree, such as Olympic for athletes or the competition for the classic artists. However, which awards have those? Do Billboard, Grammy, and American Music Awards prove it? Also, BTS couldn't avoid the criticism that the government gives preference to the private enterprise and stakeholders for profit legislatively out of consideration for the duty of military. We have to consider that the others, just like artists or athletes, are far from the for-profit unlike BTS. Also, actually the parliament has delayed the enlistment time of BTS to 30 years in international age on December 2020. Korea still is at war with North Korea and requires compulsory military service, so the debate about the military is so sensitive in Korea. Also, there are some concern about that indiscriminate exemption could be happen if BTS were exempted. As the K-pop catches on these days, it is true that many K-pop idols have lifted up their heads, so all idols could evade the military in the severe case. Actually, BTS has never demanded their exemption, but if anything, they say that they would follow the country's order anytime, which implies de facto enlistment. But they are tired of it and distressed the situation that their exemption issue was dragging out over and over again. I hope their exemption issue would be solved soon. So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to click the subscribe and the like button.